Audio before the timer hits 0. What's up? All right. We're switching right over to iRacing, right on the timer. Train does not stop. Oh, yeah. All right. So we did do some messing with some audio settings. Really, only my microphone and the iRacing audio is going to be a factor at the moment. But later on at some point, you're going to see Discord factor in for the post-race stuff. So we'll talk. We'll chat about it. But for now, it's just me tonight. William is fighting the good fight with his buddies at Abbott Motorsports as they take on, I think it's the duels at Daytona. So awesome for them. A little bit of a shorter field tonight. We've only got 8 trucks out there so far. Only a couple minutes left, but it's Dover. It's Six Sigma. It's going to be a great race, and everyone's going to have a lot of fun. That's what we look for, so that's what's going to happen. I'm going to give a little pre-race what's what for these guys, and then we'll roll right into qualifying. Hey, drivers, got just under a minute and a half or so left. Oh, I'm transmitting in all teams. 1 second. Had to rejoin so I could fix it back to Freedom units. Thank you, Carrie. Before this race actually started. So now we're just over a minute left until qualifying, so welcome. It's an 8-truck field tonight, so it's a little bit thinner than normal. I know a lot of the Abbott guys had to go over and do their stuff with Elite tonight and whatnot, so it's 175 laps. You guys have 5 tire sets, so the ones that you start with, and then 4 replacements, and everyone's got 1 faster pair. Hopefully everything goes smoothly for you guys tonight. If anybody has any problems, I'll probably be a little bit more apt to throw cautions if people have self-spins and whatnot, just so that all 8 of us try to stay in the race as long as possible, but we'll see what happens. If anybody has any questions, that's what I'm here for. Otherwise, qualifying is coming at you in 30. Good luck, guys. Bum, bum, bum. Get out of here. Now that I know I'm race control. And the reason for those that want to know things, because there is a little background stuff, but the reason that you want to broadcast as race control, if you can, is when you're transmitting race control, you actually supersede everyone else talking. So no one else can, I think admin and race control both do that. No one else can talk over you. So like if Sean queued his mic up and he started saying like, hey, you know, something, 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 and it was like, I'm like trying to throw a yellow flag or something, I talk over him when I queue up my mic with race control. With all teams, I do not. So that's why it's important for me to have that set. But like I said, I had to bounce out of the session and then come back because I had to set my units back so that everything's in miles per Browning high power or whatever. So we're good there. But I'm only here to announce racers, let's be honest. Get some, yeah, but what would we have? There would be a severe lack of annoyed racers, and that's just not fun for anybody. So that would be terrible. And no one wants that. But on the docket tonight, we've got Sean Ryan looking to extend his lead on the entire field. He's currently 5 points up on the likes of Mathieu Tremblay, who unfortunately doesn't seem to be in the field tonight. So this is really Sean's race to shine. Now, we do have something called drop weeks here at Six Sigma Sim Racing. So what that essentially means is at the end of the season, the 2 weeks where you scored the least amount of points out of the 9 weeks present, those races don't count. They get dropped, right? And I'll flip the results up here so you can see these guys as they get their times in. But, so those races don't count, so that means that no shows and whatnot don't actually end your chances to be, you know, the champion or do well in the season. What it does do, though, for those drivers that do make all of the races, is it allows for you to essentially undo any bad weeks, like make them not count. And so that's really good. No Hayden tonight either. Get some. I'm sorry, your best buddy's not here. No Jimmy. So the field, as it stands, Kerry Brooks, Alex Tupert, Sean Ryan, Stevie B, Frederick Leducer, Brian Beeman, Shay Mitchell, and Asmir Bascom as he stands. But I think Asmir has actually left us already, so I think we're actually down to 7 trucks if I Asmir left, or I'm sorry, Amir, not Asmir. Sorry, Jesus. Names are super strong suit. Oh, well, Sean found those. Those are not as soft as you think they would be, are they? Huh. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. All right, so who's still running? Sean, those aren't as soft as you might think they would be, are they?
It hurt.
We're waiting for Alex to sing the national anthem.
Which one? The American national anthem, the French national anthem, or the Canadian national anthem?
Well, there's no French here, so I'm going to say Canadian and American one.
I thought you were going to try to do the triple. Oh, well.
Well, since we're not from France, well, we don't know the French national anthem by heart, I guess.
That is fair.
Brian, it's just you and me, buddy. We're surrounded.
Oh, Canada.
Sorry. Oh, pushing the wrong scene. Sorry. Tried to click back on OBS and I accidentally ended the stream early. I'm pulling for Brian tonight. Sean hit the wall, lost faith. Fair enough. I mean, that was the end of practice, but it's all good. So we've lost Amir, so now we're down to 7 trucks for tonight's race. You guys paid, I paid for 175 laps. We can talk about shortening it if you guys don't feel like running around with 7 trucks for 175 laps, but I leave that completely in the hands of the guys doing it, because I can talk for all 175 laps just as easy. So you guys let me know what your thoughts are. Do you like that, Get Some?
Depends how many times I get lapped.
Wave around. I'm happy to run the 175. I'll throw my vote in. I'm happy to throw the checkered flag whenever I'm in the lead.
Let's do 50 laps. Okay, 5 laps, but in reverse. Final offer. And a pack attendance.
You know, for 7 drivers, this is a lot of chaos per driver. I'm just saying.
Every 10 laps, we eliminate 1 driver.
Yeah, no, Get Some. You're 100% correct.
That means the slowest one.
I just know that sometimes when you get out there, if the field spreads out, it gets pretty boring for these guys.
You got good laps over here in this channel.
I love it. This is awesome. Well, I think some of the sounds of it, I think we're going to run either 175 or if Shea gets lapped too many times or if Sean's in the lead. So I think we're just going to go with option A and run all 175. Sound good, guys?
It works for me.
I love that. You guys are the best. All right. Well, have a great race. And like I said, I will try my best to use cautions to, keep the group together, even if it's a single car incident, as long as it's not too simple. But we'll try to work through that. Keep me updated. I do have my track map going no matter how many times I transition my OBS screen when I try to come back and accidentally end the stream early. So good luck, have fun, and we'll see you on the other side of 175. All right. Oh, excuse me.
Let's go, Alex.
That's you.
Don't
What's
wreck
up,
in
buddy?
turn 1, please.
We're missing you tonight, buddy. You guys got half the stinking field tonight, I think. There are 4 of you? 3 of you? There's 3 of you. That's almost half. Pretty good. Alex got himself up there in P2 right next to Carrie. Frederick and Steve are kind of towards the back, but my gosh. Qualifying wasn't super spread out by any means.
I got another one of those passing the leader. Was I not in the restart zone? I sure felt like it was. I was looking for it.
I have to go back and look at it, but you're not exactly driving away either, so it's okay. I think it's something about waiting until the green for the actual start versus using the restart zone kind of thing, but ooh, 51 in the wall. Frederick just bounced his truck off the outside wall there. A little scrape, nothing super crazy. He seems to be rolling just fine.
I'll just fall back a bit.
There you go, totally on purpose. What a guy. That's Gary Brooks. Oh man, that's Gary very graciously giving up his positions for the rest of the field to go around him, as he did technically jump the start, but I think the draft kind of leveled that one out. So, oh geez, Matthew. Well, I'm not sure if you're still there or if you're home now or whatever, but I hope you can relax soon, or you're relaxing now, and get some rest, man, and we'll see you in Kansas for sure. It'll be a good showdown. Already some pretty great racing so far tonight. So we've got this front pack here. 1, 2, 3, Sean, Alex, Frederick. And they've kind of broken away from the rest of the field here. It's like almost a 3/4 second gap between them and this other portion led by Mr. Steve B, with Brian Beeman right behind him. Harry Brooks has fallen back to 6th, and then you got Shay Mitchell in 7th. Getting a little loose in that 8 truck, but still just fine. Kind of keep an eye on these guys. TV3 will give me any. That's a cool camera. Look at that. I love these cameras, man. Fly racing people are really smart. You're so much better than Jimmy and Sean. Oh, God. It's you stirring the pot already. Dude, it's not even lap 10. Come on. I got 175 tonight. Oh, man. Great stuff. Great stuff. Sean Ryan still holding the lead, and I'm sure, like I said tonight, with the shorter field count and a couple of his competitors, oh, he gets a little loose there. A couple of his competitors not present. He's going to try to capitalize, but Alex Dupere on the outside, 2 wide out of corner 3 into 4. I'm sorry, that's 1 into 2. My apologies. And Sean's still got the advantage on the inside for the moment. But 2 wide is probably not what he wants to be. This will most certainly be drawing them back to Frederick and Steve in the leg behind them. Alex did lead that lap. The 94 truck is position 1. Sean Ryan with a little bit of looseness coming on corner exit there, definitely costing him that lap. We'll see if it does any further damage. Cheering for the boys of the 7 trucks. Yeah, man, well, I appreciate it, buddy. Hopefully next season we can do some more recruiting for you guys. I kind of slept on that one a little bit. Oh, Sean, don't you be blinking on me now, buddy. Kind of slept on that one a little bit. I think Carrie was the one that found you guys, which you've been one marvelous ad. I've loved having the LAS team with us. You've been a blast. So hopefully you guys run with us next season. Yeah, we'll have to see if we can figure out more. Right now, Jimmy's telling me that I need to run a Daytona 500. People want an Indy 500. My goodness, needy. No, we have the car count to make it worth it. I think we'll do pretty much anything you guys want to do, because this is just such a fun group. Everything's a blast. But oh man, the 51 hard into the wall there. Oh man, that was an impact. That is not good for him. And the 51 truck is clearly going to be suffering some damage after that one. You only get 1 quick repair tonight too, so that's going to hurt him. Try to go back here maybe and take a look from the cockpit view of how hard he hit this wall. Oh yeah, kind of hit it and stuck to it there for a minute too. Whoops, I'm sorry, that wasn't the incident. Let's go back to the actual incident. That was live. Here's the contact with the wall. Oh yeah, almost took the wheel right out of his hands. So that's some pretty big contact. It was a great save. He's now lost that position to Alex, his teammate, 94 truck. So Frederick falls back to P3 at the moment, almost into the wall again. The 51 fighting to keep that truck off the wall. He's actually now kind of on an island in between that front group of two now. You see Steve in the 6th truck has caught him. Okay, Brooks on back, kind of increasing their distance there a little bit. Dallas Firemen, yeah. Big city. Montreal is awesome. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you to your father, get some, and then you as well, Matthew, for keeping us all safe and not burning and all that good stuff. It's pretty important to have people like that around to prevent crazy stuff from happening and also help stupid people be less stupid. It's great. Nice little battle here between the 6 and the 51. That was such a lame explanation for what firefighters do, but really do appreciate it. Top Pert. Top Pert. Oh boy. See, now I'm scared. Now I'm just gonna try to say Alex because I don't wanna. Oh man. You guys make me so nervous. I'm sorry. Your names are too complex for my basic whiteness. I can't do it. I love them, though. They're freaking awesome. Oh, man. Well, we've definitely kind of strung out now to a much more single file sort of setup here with Sean Ryan currently in the lead. Alex, I'm going to say Toppert. That's no way it's Toppert. Alex T. Up to it was beat Steve too. Alex T and Steve B, 2 and 3 right now. Stevie's got a little bit of a gap off in front of the top pert. Okay, top pert. All films. Actually, short rolls and small parts. Okay. Very cool. Like that. That's always interesting. I'm in supply chain, so I'm as boring as I sound. Okay. Toppert. Okay. We'll go with it. Toppert. Thank you, Matthew. It's a... Oh. Well, get some. Why would you lie to me? My goodness. Back on track here. Sean Ryan's maintaining currently a 0.4 of a second lead over Alex Toppert. What did I do? Good? Cool? Cool. In his 94 truck, Alex is looking really consistent. Really consistent. They're keeping Sean honest, much unlike the rest of the field really can't. So he's good. In second, they're looking good. Stevie B in P3 and Kerry Brooks actually firing back in the 77 in P4, trying to take that podium spot back away from Steve in the 6. These two trucks will do battle out of turn 2. Looks like Kerry Brooks with a clear advantage on corner X. It almost looks like Steve might have rolled out of the gas there a little bit to oh my goodness. What happened there, buddy? Happened to Shea here, so he's, oh goodness, oh gosh, this has already happened. He's now rolling down pit road after this. Shea looks like he had a couple rough wall impacts and then unfortunately had to come down pit road with presumably a bent axle or some sort of front end issues, and now finds himself in the pits. Probably trying to use his faster pair to get that truck back together because, yeah, that was a big hit. Let's see. What's your black flag for, Shay?
I tapped the gas, speeding. after I crashed coming in the pits, so it just piled up.
Sounds good. We'll say that evens out, and you're good on that one.
I'm serving it right now anyway, so.
Oh, cool. So I can't override the clear. Sick.
Yeah, I got like 6 seconds.
Yikes. I'll keep trucking, buddy.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate for Shay. It's a tough track. I mean, we've got we've got a 7-truck field, and I mean, first through 6th, even with Brian in the 41 truck, a lot of experience in this field with running ovals at a pretty decent caliber, and they're all making it look honestly pretty easy. You saw Frederick in the 51 hit the wall a few times. His rear end and the whole right side of his truck is pretty jacked up, and he's still looking great as far as moving along is concerned. Probably not as fast as he wants to be, but definitely cool for him to be pushing through. Probably hoping that they get towards the end of this fuel window sooner than later, so he can get in, get that fast repair, or at least some repairs done, and try to keep that 51 truck off the wall if possible. I got some more learning French here. Yeah, Shay's awesome. He's super new, and he's doing all of the right things. He actually joined, a little quick story on that. He actually joined the server. Not sure how he found us, if it was online or where exactly he ended up finding the Six Sigma server. He joined, and we had a mouthpiece at the time in the server, somebody that wasn't really understanding what we were here for. Kind of giving him crap and other people crap as well at the time for not driving or not using Six Sigma stuff, which is not the point of the server. I mean, we're branded Six Sigma, sure, because our buddy runs the company, and we really stand behind his passion, but his passion is the reason for the server. It's not the products themselves. It's making sim racing more easily accessible and more affordable to everybody, so that there's a less barrier to entry and more people can try it. I mean, that's the whole point, right? It's getting out there and having fun, enjoying what you do, and sharing that enjoyment, that passion with other people. And Shay exemplifies this perfectly because he got told by some clown, I guess is the word I'll use, there's no reason for him to be in the server if he doesn't have Six Sigma stuff. And so he got pissed off and left, because apparently that's common, which sucks out there on the interwebs. And we've since parted ways with the other individual, and I reached out to Shay. I had to send him a friend request, actually, because in Discord it's the only way you can talk to somebody. You have to be mutual server or send a friend request or whatever. And I reached out, and I was like, look, man, I'm not going to tell you have to come back or anything, but there's only one dude in that whole server that cared whether or not you were using Six Sigma stuff, and he's gone. So feel free to come back and join us. And Shay's been running both of our leagues ever since. They're the first leagues that he's been in, and he's just got the best attitude when it comes to somebody just learning the ropes. He's got this don't quit attitude, and he just gets out there and he just puts laps in and he practices. He's not the fastest, but he looks at every race like, how many mistakes did I make? How much did I control? What I can do. What did I learn? These are the kind of things that people just starting out, you've got to think that way if you want to get somewhere. If you focus so much on, what position you're in or how you're winning or, whatever, you're comparing yourself to people that have years of experience on you, and you're going to burn out fast without having that success, or you're going to put too much pressure on yourself. You should be focusing more on having fun and learning every race. And so he's done that since he's been back, and I am so glad that I reached out to him. I'm so glad that he ended up deciding to come back and stick with us, because he's a really nice guy, and he seems to have been having a lot of fun. Has a few questions here or there. A lot of the guys are happy to give their perspective and stuff like that. Like Daytona last week asking about, hey, I got put in the middle lane for drafting, and I kind of just got sucked to the back after I fell off. Like, how do you avoid that? And everyone's answer, obviously, if you know anything about plate racing, is there's nothing you can do. Just, don't hit anybody. Hang in there, buddy. Don't hit anybody like he didn't. He did a great job. So hats off to Shay, and I'm super happy he's here. You're watching him, struggle a little bit right now at Dover. Big surprise anybody would do that. But you're watching him continue to put this truck through laps So for all those of you out there that think you're better, but get pissed off every time you get in a wreck and then leave the session and don't come back, take notes, because he's going to be better than you real fast. And I can't wait. So, love me some Shea. Good dude. Anyways, enough of my ranting. Back up front, Sean Ryan still holds his lead over Alex in the 94. Alex is trying, I don't know if he's trying to get around Sean or if he's just kind of content letting Sean pull him around the track. There is, over the course of a long stretch, there is a little bit of fuel strategy involved here too. It looks like Alex might be trying to get a nose under Sean there, but you also have the draft factor and the fuel save factor that Alex is going through right now, so maybe he's saving a few laps of fuel extra on Sean if the tire fall off isn't too steep, and I'm not sure if it is or not. It's like Brian just got himself a 2X there. We'll take a look at that really quick. I bet he just kind of hit the wall. This is the replay here. It's a little tight out of the corner. Oh man, that's a big hit for the 41. That's a big hit. Well, hopefully he can get that sorted out now. Checking his lap times here to see where he's at. So you see that lap where he hit the wall was a 25.8, which will slow down the next lap too, but it seems to have recovered a little bit, which is good. So we like that. Behind those two at the front that we were talking about, Kerry Brooks is currently in P3, kind of on an island, about 4 seconds off the back of Alex. And Steve, whose last name I'm going to try because Matthews helped me here, it's Beyrube. Beyrube, okay. Cool. It's not how that's spelled, in my opinion, but we're also really boring, so you know what? If that's how you pronounce that, that's freaking awesome. So super cool. He's in 4th, and I'm trying to get my RC back up here. So he's in 4th. He's about 1.5 seconds off the back of Kerry. You've got Frederick, the Deucer, in 51. He's in 5th, still fighting some damage off his truck. You can see him sitting back there now. He's another second or so behind Steve. And Brian Beeman is now coming down the pit, so he is our first, I'm thinking, scheduled pit stop. He does not have a meatball flag, so he's not being forced to pit due to penalty for damage. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. We'll keep an eye on him. I'm assuming 4 tires and fuel, but let's take a look. Drivers have more fun and enjoy the races on your server. That comes from many different teams, most of them. Yeah, I mean, it's true, but you know, it's not a business, you know. It's a league, and it's a community first, and you know, I can make rule changes and apply things all day, you know, and try to find professional drivers to do all of this stuff or whatever, but if you guys aren't having fun, you're not going to come back. It doesn't matter, and nothing else matters. If we're not having fun, if the vibe isn't that people are enjoying the races and the outcomes are enjoyable, you know, and people are having classy races, or they're there getting coached up by people and stuff like that, then they're not going to come back. And it is a family, because if you don't exemplify those good values, you know, some other server will, or those people will keep looking for them until they find one. So, you know, you're not numbers. You know, I don't look at the server and say, oh, we've got X number of people in here. It's, you know, I have, you know, this number of signups. These are the people that I want to, you know, make happy and make these calls. We do, you know, post-season surveys for all the drivers to fill out, and we actually build our schedules and pick our cars of choice based off of the results of that survey. It's the 51 truck now. Frederick Leducer's in. You're going to see him. We'll pop into TV1 here and see if he does 4 tires as well. I can't imagine anybody's going to not do 4 tires. The right sides go up first. But that's the case. NASCAR always changes the right side tires first. That's because the motion of the car and how the rules work. First off, the right side tires are more important in the scheme of things in terms of grip, as they're the ones that are being pushed against. They're on the outside of the truck. So they will be changed first, and sometimes exclusively if the option is to go for a 2-tire stop. In a 4-tire stop scenario, as we see, the 94 and the 6 also come down pit road now. Berube's got a black flag penalty for, I'm going to assume, speeding on pit road, which really kind of, that sucks. We're too dang spread out for that. That's a bummer. So anyways, so you change 2 tires. They're the right sides only. If you're changing 4 tires, the idea is, right, you want to efficiently change the tires on your truck, you know, the fastest, safest way possible to get the driver out of the pits. Well, the crew on the wall, CC Steve is going to get his 4 tires, and unfortunately he's going to have to sit for X number of time there to get his penalty served. You have to sit there. I think it's like a 30 or 45 second hold, I'm not sure, but as the truck enters the pits, or as the car, or whatever vehicle is being used, enters the pits, as soon as the front tires hit the pit box and the paint around the pit box, that's when the crew is able to work on the car. That's when the crew is able to come over the wall. They can step down as soon as the vehicle hits. So by the time the vehicle actually comes to a stop, the team is usually around the other side of the vehicle to change those tires first. If they change left side tires first, they would be looking to you know, have to run all the way around the other side of the vehicle after they change the lefts, and overall it would take longer, that process. And they'd also have their air guns and their tools and stuff on the other side of the vehicles. I know they can pull them back kind of quickly, but you run the risk of running over your air hose or something and something getting jammed up, and that's never fun. So, but as it sorts out now, just to kind of give everybody a little bit of a reprieve, Sean Ryan still has not, oh man, as soon as I look at him into the wall, still has not come down pit road. He is currently on lap 54 in the lead. Alex Toppert in P2. It says technically P3 at the moment, but he's in P2. 2 or so laps behind Sean Ryan, maybe like 1 and 3/4 laps behind Sean Ryan. Then Frederick, obviously, he's in P3 at the moment. Brian Beeman in P4. Kerry Brooks, P5, I'm not sure. He just left the pits on that 53, so he just came out. So he's a little ways back from some of these guys. Steve Berube, he had that penalty, unfortunately, for speeding, so he's in 6th. And then Shay's in 7th right now, kind of on a different pit schedule. So that's where the field stands. So we're kind of all waiting for Sean to pit. That's what the action is. Let's catch up to chat here. So, wait, Jimmy, Sean, Corey, and the others embrace new drivers is almost emotional. I have so much respect for them. I also hate everyone equally because no matter what they are, better than me at iRacing. Well, yeah. And I'm not saying it's all sunshine and rainbows. I mean, there's clashes and stuff too, for sure. But as long as you're being, you know, good-spirited and stuff like that, we'll work it out. Jimmy likes to whine, but I love him the same.
Brian, I'm pitting this lap.
Roger, Dodger.
Well, I guess we know when Sean's coming. And they all have a lot more experience, you know, in the sim. Get some, obviously, because, you know, that's so Sean. No black flag. Probably not exactly how he wanted to pit, but he saved it. That was some friggin' sweet car control. That was sick, Sean. Let's, I can't get an exact, oh no, I can do an entering the pits. Let's see. If I do entering pits. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, just a little bit of a slide. Nice. He's in there getting that 9 truck service. We'll see where he comes out. But
Sorry, Steve, you just came out of nowhere. I didn't realize you were there.
Steve. I don't think Steve's near you, buddy. I think that might have been Alex. You know, they just run it a lot. That's what these guys do. All their free time is iRacing. That's how that works. So, so they got skills, but don't you dare hesitate to get your butt on this track. Get some. I'd love to see you out here with us, buddy. It'd be a lot of fun. Oh man, the 8 truck is goosey goose. Yeah, he's just gonna let the 6 go by. Oh, that perfect practice wasted. Yeah, I know, he hit it so beautifully, didn't he? So here's a plot twist. It is now lap 60. Sean Ryan has officially come in on lap 59 and serviced the 9 truck. And Sean Ryan is now third, not first, not second, but third. He sits 8 seconds off of Frederick Leducer in second, who is another 3.6 seconds off of Alex Toppert in first place. So what's the call there? Who knows? Possibly Sean doing some sort of fuel-saving tactic, maybe trying to only pit twice. I don't know if that's going to work. You know, having him run the 59 laps that he did, so call it 60.
Stand low and pen.
It's possible. 180. So maybe Sean thinks, oh, Shay, hang on to it, buddy. Oh, heck yeah. Much better this time, buddy. Loved it.
Yeah, I found the steering wheel and the brake pedal this time.
Awesome. So yeah, Sean might be actually trying to cut this down to a 2 stopper. Whereas
Can we vote for competition yellow on lap 100?
No.
Yeah, I think things have been set in motion strategy-wise that are going to prevent me from doing that. We would have had to figure that one out pre-race. So, fortunately, request denied. Respectfully, of course. Everyone gets a top 10. You're darn right they do. And if you were there, you
I
would
get
too.
bumped up 8 laps?
If you have a caution, I will wave you around physically as much as I possibly can.
I know, I'm just trolling.
I'm not. So let's see. So just to look, so Amir obviously is not actually running with us, so these are your top drivers. So Steve is 2 laps down after his unfortunate incident with the speeding penalty, and Shay is 6 laps down, now back in the pits, so he'll probably fall down at least one more with that rotation. But yeah, as it stands, looking pretty good for Alex and Frederick behind him. Frederick actually didn't, and I noticed this, I don't know if you guys did, but Frederick's sitting in P2 right now, but take a look at his truck when he comes on by. That damage is still there on the back of that 51 truck as Sean Ryan goes flying by. How'd he catch him so fast? That's crazy. There was 8 seconds between them the last time we talked about that. What's time to look at him? But Frederick still got that damage he's fighting from the many contacts with the wall that he's had. So he's saving that, possibly for a rainy day, possibly for when he hits the wall so hard the suspension breaks, or possibly for one really solid final run after his final pit stop to get that truck reset and looking spicy. So good stuff there. But yeah, back to Sean. So you actually saw Steve there in the picture. If you can look off to the left side of the screen when we pan on a straightaway, you can see Berube's number 6 kind of on the horizon. Sean Ryan now 6.42 seconds behind Alex. We'll keep an eye on that. I'm sorry, not Steve. I was saying Steve. Alex Toppert is the leader, not Steve. Steve is 6th. I had 7 trucks I'm dealing with tonight, and I can't get the positions right of any of them. It's fantastic. So yeah, so 6.4 update will come at the line, and you'll see, yeah, drastically Sean Ryan is catching Alex with unbelievable speed. So Sean trying to play the long con game right now, really trying to extend his drives in football terms there. He's trying to keep that truck on the track as long as he can, hit more for fuel except for tires, and do a great job saving. And so far he has done a fantastic job. He's about to receive the fruits of his labor here. The only concern I have now, and we'll have to see this in post-race because unfortunately I don't have anything that tracks that, but there is 3 bonus points at the end of the race for the truck, or driver I should say, that leads the most laps. And with Sean, on this off strategy that he's on, I'm not sure if Alex is going to be able to maybe steal that from him, even if Sean's strategy does get him the win. So that'll be interesting to see. But Sean is, I mean, running Alex down like he's standing still at the moment. So don't believe, you know, Sean Blatt pitting on lap 59. It's not even been 20 laps yet. So that seems like it could be pretty null and void at this point. But we'll see. So either way, here is your battle for the lead as the 9 truck has caught the 6. No, I'm sorry. Hold that entire thought. That's Steve. See, this is where my brain doesn't work. Steve is a lap down, or at least a couple laps down. That's not Alex. Alex is up the track even further. Alex is another 3.3 seconds. I got way too excited. Apologies. So, Sean is still chasing down Alex. Alex is, let's close the thing. Alex is all the way up here. So if you look out Alex's rear window, you'll see Sean way back there. But it is a gap that is closing by the lap. So we'll see what happens there. See if I still got you guys hanging around in chat tonight. Any bets tonight? Anybody in there have any ideas, any thoughts? Is Sean Ryan's plan going to work? Is Alex Toppert going to maybe seal the deal in the 94 and stay ahead? Is there going to be a surprise third-party entry to that list? You know, is Frederick going to get his truck fixed up and rocket past everybody? Is Kerry Brooks or Brian Beeman maybe going to be able to get it done? You know, any of our lap-down drivers, Steve or even Shea, going to be able to come back and clinch this one up tonight? What are your thoughts? What are you thinking? I think it's really, really hard, personally, to bet against Sean Ryan with the amount of speed he's had tonight. He does not have the fastest lap on the track tonight so far. His fastest lap is a 23.092, and Alex's fastest lap is a 22.975. But Sean Ryan's currently running lap times anywhere from 3 to 4 tenths faster than Alex. Is now caught him all the way down to 1.6 seconds. That is the black truck in your windshield. I can positively confirm that that is Alex this time and not somebody else that I'm mistaking for Alex. Sean will win and Shea will get a top 10 finish. I think those are both bold predictions for sure. I think Shea's definitely going to get a top 10. Everybody's going to get a top 10. We're the Oprah of top 10s here, so it's great. Get some things to top 10. Sean is good at tire management. He is. When you don't make him upset. When you make him upset, he's not very good at not getting out of his own head. But he seems pretty relaxed tonight, which is a very dangerous Sean. Fun fact that I think I've said on stream before, so if I'm repeating myself, tell me to shut up. But Sean and I were roommates in college. That's right. We were roommates. When we met, he was driving his parents' Ford Explorer to college. And he loved racing cars, but he didn't have the car friends at the time. All of his friends were playing Call of Duty like a bunch of nerds, right? So, when him and I ended up becoming roommates, or at least next door roommates, I had a 2007 Ford Fusion with a 5-speed manual, and him and I had a lot of fun because he got to learn how to drive stick, and then from there, the rest was history, as far as his addiction to cars and all things that go fast. Oh, Sean to the inside of Brian, super tight on the 41. Brian's going a lap down there, nowhere to go, right up against the wall, but Sean trying to get all he can out of that 9 truck. Great job of everybody there not hitting anything. Sean closing the gap now on Alex. Alex going to have to get really defensive here if he wants to keep that top spot. Everyone smoked Jimmy Hayden, which makes me happy. Yeah. Good Summer, you in the Discord? Because I wish you would be in the Discord so that you can say these things to him, because I'm sure he would be just tickled pink if he was getting pinged about all of these wondrous things that you say about Jimmy. You don't have to race in the league to have the overall, so you can see all of the info and all that stuff, so we're not very secretive over there. So Sean Ryan will be at the back bumper, though, of Alex in the 94. To see if this 9 truck can apply some pressure. 2 Silverados at the front of the field. Will Sean Ryan be able to get around? Will Alex be able to keep him behind? Will Sean Ryan even try? Or will he just kind of let things play out? As it stands, Sean is on a much better tire plan for sure. It's hilarious to me because everybody was so terrified of the tires and how, 4 tire sets was never going to be enough for Dover. Right? I think Sean's going to get away with using only 3. So, take that, people that may say. Yeah. So many discords. Will mod so many channels. I mean, that's true. That is true. But what's one more, I always say, right? Oh, good, buddy. Sean doesn't seem to be applying too much pressure at the moment. Here's a fun camera. I like fun cameras. Let's try this. Let's look at Alex. Let's look at... Oh. The left rear here of Alex. With Sean kind of poking his nose in, thinking about it, thinking about maybe trying to put that 9 truck where he'd be in a good position. Sean on the outside, is he going to have a run here? This might be it. He stayed wide. He does have a little bit of a speed difference. Does he use it? Yes, he does. To the bottom he goes. The 9 truck is there. They are even on corner exit on Sean's quarter panel and clear. Maybe no. The 94 fights back on the outside. Gets back to maybe halfway up Sean's truck. And Sean is going to clear him there and put on quite a pass of the 94 there. That was awesome. Alex is going to try to fight back a little bit, but I just don't think he has the tires as it stands. Daniel and Dave are your sons. Oh, wow. No, I didn't know they were your sons. I knew you knew them. That's awesome, man. I know Danny. I don't think I've talked to Dave too much. I'm not sure if he's in that league over there too, or if they've been running this season, but Danny and I have chatted quite a good bit. Danny's funny. I like Danny. I'm sure David's just as awesome. 2 vets in the family. Yeah, that's awesome. Vets are fun. American Muscle is fun. Let's see what else is going on. So this battle is happening here. Battle for 3rd place is non-existent at the moment. It is all Mr. Frederick Reducer in the 51 truck. The trucks behind him are not for position. Or no, I'm sorry, Kerry Brooks is. Scratch that entirely. The 77 of Kerry Brooks is for position there. I don't know why that didn't pop up. So this is your battle for 4th. Shea not involved. 8 truck at the back there. He is currently being shown. How many laps? Help me here, iRacing. That's 7 laps down. That's that math. That's what that matters. That's your battle for 3rd. And it happens to be closer now than the battle for the leads. Sean Ryan is starting to pull away from Alex a little bit. Ryan Beeman in P5, about 15 seconds behind what we just saw. And he is on an island positionally. He's actually fighting Steve, who is the truck behind him, but he's a lap ahead of him. So Steve's got a ways to go to keep up for sure. And then obviously Shea, as you saw, right behind Kerry. So nobody is really on an island at all. I mean, positionally, sure, but everybody's kind of got a dancing partner, which is kind of nice. I'm sure that helps the laps go by a little bit better, although Sean Ryan is trying desperately to lose his dancing partner in Alex Toppert because Sean wants to go. That 9 truck is flying still. He is running still laps 2/10 faster than anybody else in the field right now, let alone the trucks right behind him. So He is motoring. Working for Amazon, keeping him busy. I bet Amazon would do that. Technically, if he nose job here, you were brown nosing due to his truck color. I mean, that's fair. It's kind of a gold. That's the color that the Six Sigma stuff goes for. It's like a honeycomb gold. That's what it tries to be. I know it ends up looking kind of brownish, but see, you know, that's what they're going for, is some golds and some different shades of golds, which I guess technically a darker shade of gold is brown. They do have that Ford license plate on there, so that's kind of cool. But, yep. I might not have. Hold on. Major forehead moment here. Let me turn on trading paints. Oops. Well, files are up to date. iRacing running, downloading. Okay. I might have been looking at the wrong trucks tonight, so we'll see how bad I messed up. Gold doesn't work with your insult, can't accept. That's fair. That's fair. How very political of you to not accept my reality for your own. Much appreciated. Alright. Yeah, see, Frederick did have a different color on, so that's what the 51 actually looks like as he comes slide into the pits of the 51 here. I said 51 too many times. You know, it's the 51. It's the 51 truck, if you didn't know. Good Lord, Ben. So it's actually black and blue instead of white and blue, which is awesome. I think it's actually made to mock up his actual car he's running IRL. It's awesome. Showed some pictures over there in the Discord of that, which is super cool. Let me check out. Okay, so Stevie's truck was still blue, which is cool. Shay is still the Sharpie. Absolutely. Brian's truck seems to be accurate. As far as I can remember, it almost looks a little bit fresher in the front, but I'm not sure. Kerry is still driving the 77. Alex is still driving the 94 with the same colors. And is Sean Ryan still my Pennzoil boy? He is. So that is the only colors that have changed. Frederick, I apologize for changing your, not getting your colors updated. So a few updates here. Frederick, as you saw, came down pit road to get his truck service with 4 new tires and fuel. Now the 94 of Alex Toppert is also bringing his truck from second place down for his second stop of the night, currently on lap 103. So he pitted on lap 50 and then 103, so let's say 56. Probably one he'll have to come in a third time, for fuel purposes if that's his limit. So Sean's plan might be working quite to his advantage. A couple more updates there. So it looks like Ryan's actually been pretty slow here. I'm not sure if he's trying to pit or what. I just noticed he's getting past a 25.8 last time, which is a bit off the pace. No incidents to report though, so might just be fighting a handling vehicle at the moment, which surely is okay considering he hasn't pit since lap 43. So those tires are probably worn at the moment, so that's believable. Alex managed to get his truck out. He is in 4th currently. Back on some fresh tires here. I'll be interested to see what his lap times are once he gets back up to speed. Frederick has been for a couple laps now. He's running low 23.1s. So just to contrast, Sean Ryan, who's on cruise control now at the front of the field, is running 24.8s. And Frederick actually just sat on that lap, as I talked about him, the fastest lap of the race. And I'm going to show you why. His TV1 cam. Look at the back of that truck. I know it's black now, but you can see no damage to the back of that truck, and that doesn't happen that quickly unless, work with me here, guys, you use a fast repair. Please don't crash. Oh, God. So that 51 truck is getting wheeled out of its mind right now. 22.962 the lap previous, and then this last lap here, 23.093. So Frederick is flying in that 51 truck right now on new tires. He's going to be looking to make up some ground. A good 9.8 seconds currently off of his teammate Alex Toppert, who is running 23 ones with his fresh tires, which is pretty solid, if you say so myself. Brian Beeman now in third, running 25.2. Carey's last lap 24.9 out of P2, and then Sean Ryan from the lead 24.8. Yeah. Yeah, Frederick, he is consistent, but he found a lot of speed after his truck, so we can absolutely confirm that his truck was damaged to the point where it was slowing him down for sure, because he's flying right now. 23 Tuesday, that's actually him catching up to Sean Ryan. Sean's 2 laps ahead of him here, so Frederick will probably look to just kind of let Sean will just let him go, sorry, and he'll just go to the wall. And just look at the difference, guys. And a lot of people, you run road races and stuff, you don't get to see this, but Sean's not just letting him go. Caught the 9 in the wall there a little bit. Come on, Sean, you'll be hitting the walls. But that's the difference, guys, between fresh tires and not so fresh tires in oval. I mean, the drop off is immaculate here. So the 51's gonna go. Oh, Shea, hang on to it there, buddy. Nice. Much better pit entrance this time. Heck yeah, dude. He hit the apron a little bit earlier. Got his truck rolled up, giving himself more space. It's not as fast. Oh my goodness, he still got a black flag though for speeding. Oh, that's not what you want to see. That's not good. So Frederick unlapped himself. So he's still mostly 1 lap down, 1 and 3/4 of a lap or so. Alex as well. He's going to try to unlap himself from Sean. He's only 1 lap down currently, and Sean has him by about half a track at the moment. So as Alex crosses the start-finish line into turn 1, Sean Ryan's coming down the backstretch going into turn 3. And Sean will be coming into the pits now. It is lap 114 going on 115, sorry. So as long as Sean doesn't catch a speeding penalty there, which he did not, he is on that strategy that is going to extend his race. Let's see, in his race, so he needed to do 60, he needed 120. Realistically, let's see, it's 60. Yep, so he's pitting in a position where he can basically run out of fuel on his cooldown lap if he's got nothing left in the tank right now, but I think he probably has a little bit. So that's what he's trying to do, trying to make it not hurt so much. I think it's in terms of him using spots here. So Sean Ryan will go down to 3rd place. So he's going to have about that half track or so differential between himself and Alex in P1, Frederick between them P2. Kerry Brooks off of his pit stop set his personal best at 23.102, which is pretty gosh darn fast, only about a 10th, or no, I'd say about 100th off of Sean Ryan's best time of the night. So definitely some speed in the 77. Sean blew him a kiss. He might have. Keep both hands on that wheel though, for sure. These trucks are brutal. So we'll take a look here at the spread that we have before us, and what you're seeing is Sean Ryan in P3. He's about 1.6 seconds behind Frederick in P2. That is the new black colored truck. You got a paint job halfway through the race. It was pretty immaculate. The 51 here. So Sean's running him down pretty solid, and then about 13 or 14 seconds ahead of these two is Alex in the 94 running an amazing race himself. So now the pressure is on, but as stated before, if the math works out, Alex would be coming down pit road. It looks like on lap 156 or 155, about 20 or so laps short, whereas Sean Ryan, hitting as he did, should be able to now make it to the end of all 175 laps. So, that being said, Sean probably doesn't even need to catch Alex to pass him, because a 12.8-second lead is not enough to really secure your victory with a pit stop involved as well. But I don't think that's going to stop him from giving it the old college try, because that truck is a flying, and he, compared to last lap, ran about 9/10 of a second faster than Alex. So that 11.9-second gap is going to disintegrate over time, just like it had before. Not making the same mistake twice, because we learned things here. That is not Alex. That is his teammate Steve in the 6. So that is not Sean catching the leader that quickly, just so we're all aware, and just so I'm aware too in my giant, massive forehead. So Sean still has a ways to go. We'll give a comparison. So this is Sean coming into turn 3 off of the backstretch, and this is Alex, with Brian Beeman and tail, going into turn 1 off the front stretch. So again, it's about that half track distance that they have between themselves, a little bit less than, as Sean continues to close the gap. So we'll look to see if there's any other close battles. Frederick's about 5 or so seconds off of off of Sean, and then Kerry's another 11 seconds off of him. Brian Beeman is 44 seconds behind both of those guys, so Brian is actually a lap down. At least 1, possibly 2 laps down there. Help me out, iRacing. Is it 2? It is 2. Kerry Brooks is also now being listed as 1 lap down. So with 7 trucks in the field, we've only got 3 on the lead lap right now, guys. So got some speedy Gonzaleses out there. Absolutely. And have you done any real racing in any class? Just curious. So I know, like Brian, for instance, he's done some messing around with like autocross or like road events in his own Miata. So has Jimmy. Jimmy did oval karts, as far as I know. And Matthew, if you're still in here, you could explain yourself and Frederick, and if anybody else in the team. But I know Matthew and Frederick both run what looks to be some form of like pro stock or late model ovals up in Canada, where they reside. Again, there's pictures of them in the Discord, and they look like some pretty sweet rides. Also saw a modified in there as well. Okay, no, that was Jimmy. That was Jimmy running that, so. Yeah, just check the Discord there to see. I don't really have any information on that, so that's kind of neat. The rest of the field there. I'm telling you, Sean, Corey, some of these guys, the favorites and stuff, William even too, they look like they all race. William White, I think he's just on his learner permit now. I think he's 16 or 17, so he's just a phenom. That kid's going to be an amazing driver when he gets to be in his 20s for sure, because he already is. Sean has never raced, as far as I know, anything, which is hilarious because he's a demon when it comes to racing virtually. And I think if I had money, he'd be somebody I would be thinking about trying to put in a car, for sure. So it is funny to think that those guys don't actually race. Life license, Solo 2, ESP, street stock, for dirt. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, see, that's awesome. I've always wanted to as well. So I'm from the Northeast, so I'm from New York, not New York City, but New York. Like, we live on a farm, New York, and upstate, as they call it. So out here we have like, Super Dirt Week with the small block 358s and the big block modifieds that run, and you have like the asphalt stuff at like Oswego Speedway. They used to do Super Dirt Week at the Syracuse Fairgrounds, but now they cover Oswego in it. And run run it there, which is pretty awesome. But we've got, like, iRacing has Weed Sport. That's probably like 30 minutes from my house. Stuff like that. So Central New York has an extremely untapped racing market. And I'm really hoping to kind of like help Six Sigma get some sim racing going in the area, because a lot of these guys don't know how easy it is to get into. And I think the general consensus is that sim racing is almost unobtainable, and it's just simply not true, because we've gotten so much better at, you know, inclusion of people into that process, and so much better at helping people get it figured out. I mean, like, I'll pick on my cousin Wayne, for example. Wayne Ruprecht runs ovals with us here sometimes. He like, you know, had no desire or technological know-how of how to work a computer besides anything just remotely basic. And he was able to, with, you know, using iRacing and stuff, get that and Discord and everything figured out. And now, you know, runs it completely by himself. You know, maybe asks his kid Zach a question or two every once in a while, but mostly just completely self-taught, and it's awesome. Of upstate, gorgeous area. Never flew in the city. Always White Airport North. Yeah, Syracuse is Hancock. I'm not sure. I forget what the one in the city is, but yeah, I'm not a city person myself, so it's not a place that I would frequent. I don't really even like going to Syracuse if I can help it. So I like my more kind of rural country area stuff. My internet always suffers though, you can tell. But that's where we're at. So just to update though, Sean Ryan has brought that lead of 11 or so seconds that we saw last time down to 2.1 seconds. So out his windshield, you can see Alex is right. Yeah, he is the next truck. But Sean is looking to put in his rearview mirror on his conquest. Live on an 8-acre farm. Yeah, we have we have about 150 acres ourselves. Obviously, that's not all field. It's a lot of woods. But we do have a couple fields. It's just hay. But yeah, no, the farming life is the best. So we have the most fun too. Get on your 4-wheelers and stuff and go out back. You can hunt and all that. And I always thought it would be cool to build a friggin' like dirt oval back there in the field somewhere, just to let people go bombing around and stuff. But life goals, man. I got to figure out how to get some money so I can do all this cool stuff. So it would be neat. Because, I mean, Michigan has a rally in the 100-acre woods, so I've got more than 100. Just saying. Not saying, but just saying. Yeah, you can't do city either. Yeah, I don't know. Some people are really into it, and it's great. It's the people thing for me, like waiting to do literally everything that you do, like in a line. It's just kind of like meh. Then the driving isn't very freeing. You're kind of stuck in stop and go and all that, and it's just not into it. Like I have a 30 to 35 minute commute to work every day, and I pass like 3 cars going the other way. So it's really nice. Nice, dude. Yeah, I gotta give me some side-by-sides. I have a 250 Honda TRX right now, but it's not very big for me anymore. It's a little small. So yeah, it's got the 500 Rubicon. So we're Honda people, just because we have them, not because we're diehard Honda fans. Check it again. 1.28 seconds down now, and Alex is looking to try to get his way around Kerry Brooks here. Kerry Brooks would be car between Sean and him if he can get this pass done. Rear chase shows Sean still a decent distance back, so we'll see what Frederick can do. I'm sorry, what Alex can do. Jeez, what Alex can do here. My goodness. They have called Alex every one of his teammates' names so far tonight now. I'm doing awesome, in case anybody's wondering. Why don't you let somebody else tell you that? I know. Air Brooks is only running just slightly slower lap times right now than Alex. I'm not sure if Alex is being blocked or not from that, but speed difference is not immaculate. This is Kerry trying to prevent himself from going 2 laps down, not the first lap.
Move on, please.
Alex wants Kerry to get the heck out of the way. see what happens here. You're not completely obligated to do that. I mean, obviously, it's not very favorable if you can't, but you know, a blue flag is not a command, it is a suggestion at the end of the day. So, not needed, but Kerry will let the 94 truck go by. 94 shuts the door pretty aggressively right there. I think he wanted Kerry to get out of his way a little bit quicker, but again, that is not what is needed. So we'll see how Sean Ryan navigates. Sean's got a lot more speed here, though, so his ability to get around the 77 is probably just inherently a lot better. And he's able to slip right around as well. So it comes down to, and then there were two. The 6 truck is, Mitchell hit the wall there. He has a really busted up truck here. Really busted up. Yeah, it's not going to be quick repairable either, so he's going to be sitting in the pits for a good minute here. We'll go back and take a look at the contact. Oh, no. Oh man. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that thing came right off the wall. Big time. Big hit here. It just, oh man, it got away from him. All 4 tires came off the ground from that contact. That was a huge hit for the 8 truck. So he's going to have to bring his machine down pit road and get that thing serviced. And he does not have a quick repair anymore, I don't believe, so that's going to take him a minute. Sean Ryan now on the rear bumper of the 94 truck. He is there. We'll see if he decides to push the envelope or take his time. I think it's really up to him because, again, I don't think Sean's trying to win the race by just beating the 94. I think he's eliminated an entire pit stop from his strategy, and that's how he's going to win the race, you know, by a pretty large distance if it works out. Yeah, it absolutely gets them. It is definitely all part of the process. And I mean, Dover is tough. This track it's seriously hard. I mean, NASCAR freaking hypes it up every time they go there, but I mean, it's the Monster Mile, man. It's brutal. They have a mascot and everything, so it's pretty crazy. But yeah, so Sean's got the upper hand currently. The only thing I think that would really throw a wrench into everything, which was why I was really intently watching Shea there, is if there was for some reason a caution, you know, at this point in the race to kind of level everything out, you would have essentially a 3-way battle for the lead. Frederick still technically not a lap down, and I guess that is Kerry being considered 1 lap down now, so that was his first lap there, not 2. Yeah, so that's why he was fighting a little bit harder. He didn't want to go a lap down, which makes complete sense to me. So if Kerry was not involved in the incident, he would get the lucky dog. So there would be 4 cars, or trucks, I should say, on the lead lap to duke it out for the last few laps that we have now, and that would take all of the advantage that Sean has away. That's why, you know, when Frederick jokingly asked for a competition caution earlier, Sean said, no, absolutely not. Do not mess up my plans. But it's not like it's completely game over either. If there is a caution, I mean, Sean's going to come down to pit road just like everybody else is, get the same fresh tires and fuel, you know, to finish the race, or not get fuel because he doesn't need it, and you know, and that's going to be it. So, and then they're going to have to fight it out. But that is if there is a caution. If there is not a caution, you know, you can even see Sean's just backed off. I mean, he's not putting any effort into going around Alex at all. Completely content to just kind of stay in his slipstream and try to save fuel best he can, and try to watch Sean, but he does blink a little bit, so that makes it a little bit difficult for that to happen. This is Kerry Brooks's onboard, excuse me. As he looks on to our 2 leaders from a lap down position in P4. Nice steady hands.
Sorry, buddy. I thought you were a little closer on the inside there.
Oh, you're good. I was pushing up pretty bad in the corner.
Well, interaction there between Shay and Brian. Both.
I was trying to get my laps finished at least. I got, too much going on with this car right now.
I know you feel I've ruined mine twice hitting the wall.
Yeah, same. Except for the second time I hit the wall, I bounced from one side of the track to the other.
Dover's tough, guys. Keep your heads up. So, one more time for the boys back home. Let's go through the field. Oh, I didn't change the camera angle, and there we go. Alex Toppert in the 94 truck currently sits in P1 with Sean Ryan breathing down his neck in the 9 in P2. Frederick Leducer, P3 in the 51 truck. He is just ahead of those guys, so in danger of going a lap down here, but he is running lap times a little bit better. Oh, no, he's not. He's running lap times way worse. Sorry, there's a different number there. Kerry Brooks just behind them, so he has officially gone a lap down in P4. Now, Brian Beeman in P5. He sits kind of on an island on the other side of the track from everybody. He is currently shown 2 laps down after a couple contacts, but I think he's, after pitting on lap 116, going to be good to finish out the race as is. P6, Steve Berube. He is just ahead of the 51. His teammate there. Actually, all 3 of the LAS trucks are in a line, but all 3 of them are on different laps, and they're inverse of the way that they're positioned. It's really weird. But he's trying to catch back up to Brian, who is about 7 or 8 seconds up the track from him. And then Shay at P7. He is currently fighting some serious demons right now. As you can see, the faster pair not an option for the 8 truck, so he's battling an extremely ill-handling 8 truck right now as he's going to, hit the wall. Once again, yeah, he's just really struggling to get that 8 truck under control here. When you don't have a faster pair, it doesn't completely repair the damage. So what he's experiencing right now is a race car that cannot be completely fixed and is just, really, really beat up. So he's going to try to keep rolling, I think, but he's hurting. You can see it big time. That 8 truck is struggling, so hopefully he kind of gets it under control here. He's going to try to get back up to speed. He does have Kerry Brooks right behind him in the 77. But this will be the last truck for him to work around, and Kerry gets around him to the outside, and we're good. So now Shay has most of the track behind him with no pressure, so he'll be able to work his comfort level back up as he tries to figure out how to handle that truck with the bent suspension as is. So while we were away, the 94 of Alex Topper and the 9 of Sean Ryan got around the 51 of Frederick Leducer. So he is now officially a lap down, just like Kerry. But Kerry Brooks is actually running currently identical laps to Frederick, but he's caught him a good bit. So it'll be interesting to see if he can wrap him up there. Admin Jeff Mack channel. Catch you guys in a bit. Nice broadcast as always. Hey, thanks, kids. Appreciate you coming in and chatting with me, buddy. We'll see you in the next one for sure. Not sure if we got anything planned before next week or not. I'm sure we'll stream something between then and now. So if you're around, come say hi. Good stuff. But yeah, that's going to be one of the 2 seriously developing stories here, I think, is if Kerry's going to be able to knock on the door of opportunity here as Frederick starts to fall off. His 51 truck really struggling right now. He ran a 24.93 on that last lap, and Kerry actually ran a 24.74. So as the laps tick down here. I'm not sure if these guys are going to have to pit again. It looks like Kerry was able to pit on 111, whereas Frederick was able to pit on 101. So Frederick is most definitely going to have to come down pit road again. I'm not sure if Kerry is going to as well. But the advantage is to Kerry right now in the 77 truck. So we will see. Sean Ryan, though, still extremely content with staying full, or filling up the 94's mirror. Sorry, looking for a good way to word that one. So he's just kind of chilling behind Alex's truck. I think, like I've said it a few times now, but I think really Sean is just in complete fuel save mode at this point to secure his strategies, let the 94 truck do all of the work, pull him around the track, and then when the 94 inevitably has to pit, Sean Ryan will just stay out, run his laps, and drive off into the sunset. As we close in now on, well, actually, I gotta pay attention to the laps. We've only got but a handful of laps left here, guys, so I actually don't know. These trucks might be able to stretch it. If that's the case, Sean Ryan looking to make his move to the outside here now on the 94. Door's going to remain shut for the moment. But at the line here, guys, we're going to have 2 laps to go. We'll see if Sean can pull off the pass or if the 94 will, in fact, be able to hang in there. Only a couple corners left now. John staying close to the bumper. Will he be able to catch and pass the truck in front of him here? Let's see what happens. Sean looking low. The door gets shut. At the last moment, 94 is in an all-out defense mode. At the moment, he's trying everything he can do to keep Sean Ryan in his mirror. The white flag will be displayed as they come by one more time around, and Sean Ryan, or I'm sorry, no, that was the checkered.
Woohoo!
My apologies, I had a lap off.
Nice
Whoa.
race, Sean.
Wow.
Good race, man.
Jeez.
Good race, guys.
Holy cow. I don't know why I was a
I
lap
ran
off
out of
there.
fuel at the start-finish line.
Well planned.
I've been saving fuel for the past 25 laps.
Awesome, awesome race, guys. Didn't even realize it was over because I'm sitting here thinking we've got a whole nother wave of pit stops, except for Sean, and it just didn't work out like that. Oh, Alex, I think you blew your motor, buddy. That's funny. All right. Still on the track. Shea still in pits there, getting some repairs done. We'll jump on over to Gary's channel here. Hey, gents.
Hello,
Hey.
Ben.
How goes it?
Top 10.
Mad,
Oh.
frustrated,
Uh-oh.
sad.
All of the bad emotions for a P2, huh? Yeah.
I mean, you come that close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I honestly, this whole race is kind of a mind F for me because I'm just sitting here going, yeah, Alex is gonna have to pit for fuel. Like, he's not making it.
Yeah, I think, like, I realized that he was good when I pit because I looked at the fuel that I had to put in and I was like, I didn't put in anything. Like, I was like, I left this too late.
Yep.
But
I didn't have... No. Well, I don't know what I had left.
I think honestly I needed to pit like 5 laps earlier,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's whatever.
You still
I
would
mean,
have been in that friggin' 0.3 bubble.
Yeah, you catch
But
him with a little bit quicker tires. I
earlier.
mean, the gap is 5 seconds smaller.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
your difference in tires is a little bit bigger because you're on that steeper slope of downward grip. No, absolutely.
That would have taken a little bit more analyzing up front.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, like when I was setting up my pit stop for the last run, I realized it then. I was like, fuck. But oh well.
Yeah, I mean, stuff happens. I will say kudos to the awesome save after the start finish line too. I thought that truck was gone. You saved it.
I mean, it was intentional, but
I mean, fair, but you're not supposed to say that. But oh, super cool. So Sean gets second. I'm not sure if the rest of the guys are going to pile in here. Sometimes it takes them a couple minutes, or maybe they won't.
Yeah.
But either way, we can go ahead and start kind of asking a couple questions. I know it was kind of a pretty straightforward race tonight. Not too much action. No cautions either. So pop up the results. Yeah. Well, I think you did good, buddy. So we'll talk about it a little bit. So Shay, you can go ahead and start off walking us through your night first. So what I have in my log here of things that happened is there was some early wall contact, and then there was a pretty rough pit entrance that got you kind of smacked up into the inside wall here. I'll go ahead and go live in Discord.
Oh,
for
I'll say I'm
everybody here.
watching YouTube, but yeah.
Yeah, YouTube's a little bit behind, so
All
I'll
right.
give you the current. So where am I looking here?
I got like 3 instances of iRacing going here. Hang on.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I got YouTube, and now I got Discord going. Okay, I'm
All right.
figuring this out here.
So I scroll back to the beginning of the race. The first 2x happened here. Bop. That'll happen.
Out of 4, yeah. I did that a lot that race. Sometimes I'd come out, like, I'd be in the middle of 3 and 4, be lined up, and I could just go, and somehow I'd just be smooth, and I'd go straight out of the exit of 4. And then, as you can see, bounce, 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 and
Yep.
yeah, that didn't help.
Nope. So that was a pretty rough pit entrance here too.
So I can explain that as well.
Okay.
I went from my paddles when I just installed my 8 shifter before the race. I forgot that was on an 8 shifter, so I'm like trying to shift down. I'm like, why is nothing happening? Lock things up.
Yeah,
Oh.
you see the massive RPM dropping in the spike there. So yep, nope, I totally get you there, buddy. And it's rough too, and that's what I was trying to explain. I know we've only got like 7 trucks on the track tonight, but Gopher's not easy. I mean, this is a very brutal track on tires, on drivers. You know, and it really wears the truck out. So I can't express enough how much that really probably looked a little bit undershadowed tonight with the smaller field, but
it's narrow too.
it is. It is. It sneaks up right on you.
Not much. Yeah.
So, but you know, and you came back. There was a couple more contacts. I'll just look at this is the one that got you with your second meatball there with the big hit to the inside. That one was rough. But you hung in there and you went back and you had to get the truck fixed at that point. So unfortunate. But my hope is, and we were cheering for you in the middle of the stream there, but my hope is that you come away tonight with a little bit more knowledge or something learned from this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
And I think you did a really good job, buddy. I mean, there's people that crash and spin out and do much worse, and so bouncing off a wall here or there, everyone does it. So I definitely wouldn't beat yourself up for it too much, and like get some said in chat. Yeah, top 10. So yeah, you can't be upset about that, right? No, awesome.
I think we were saying earlier that was my second one for this season.
Yeah.
I think this
Well, it helps when Elite steals my drivers. So
yeah,
but that's okay.
Well,
But you finished. That's the important thing. You finished.
Yep.
So hats off to you tonight, buddy. That was awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Carrie, buddy, talk to me. How'd we do?
Well, I mean, I didn't really have any good strategy. I guess I'll have to sort out how to launch on green flag starts and other starts because I haven't got that figured out in our league.
Let's talk
I got
about
it down in the other league, but I
Yeah,
keep
except for the
forgetting.
fact
But
that
that's
everyone
just poor
else
planning.
has it better, apparently, because, 3 wide to T1 means that they didn't jump, clearly.
Yeah. Well, I went in the restart zone, but I guess I gotta wait for the green flag. But anyway, so
Yeah,
I went
so
went
that'll
around
be...
and let everyone by, but hit the wall twice in doing that, and that did not help my car. So from then it was just tire conservation. I didn't really know when to pit. I'm, as you know, no good at maths in the middle of a race.
Yeah.
So I just took a couple stabs at it. Toward the end there, I know that Frederick wasn't bombing, and there was a while in the middle of the last stint that I had hurt the car again and was just trying to figure out how to drive it. Kind of towards the end, I started bringing the lap times back down. So figured a couple things out, but too late, too little, too late. But it was
Yeah.
still, it made it really interesting to try and play with some strategy, and it is a really long drive for those 70 or 60 laps around that place with the fall off. It's pretty neat. I enjoyed it.
Good, man. I'm glad. It looked like a lot of fun, and we were actually watching towards the end of the race. And again, I apologize because the end of the race kind of snuck right up on me because I'm like, oh, there's going to be more pit stops and everything. And then I was like, oh my God, there's 2 laps left. But I did notice that you were making an attempt there to catch Frederick there at the end, and he ended up only
At
2
the end,
seconds
yeah.
short as he ran out of fuel at the line there. So I was I was
Awesome.
rooting for you to get a little bit closer there. I know you had to kind of step out of the way for the lead, battle for the lead there. Probably not so an opportune time, but I mean Frederick got past too, so it's possible that evened out. But either way, you were definitely running some more solid laps towards the end, and it was super cool. So
Thanks, man.
glad you had fun. It was fun to watch. I love watching
Always.
my Ford buddy.
Yeah, you know it. Gotta represent.
Absolutely. Good stuff, man. So, Sean, I'd go to you, but Brian has just snuck in on me. Everyone's favorite 41 driver. Mr. Brian, how goes it tonight, sir?
Uh,
Oh, that
I had
good, huh?
I had a magnet on the wall. I just bumped the wall a little bit, a few too many times, and a little bit of harder contact than I wanted, and ruined 2 of my runs. It was immediate after the contact. The truck was just pushing. 1 and 2 wasn't so bad, but especially in 4, it just pushed like a dump truck and wouldn't turn anymore.
Yeah, that'll happen like that sometimes, but it definitely seemed like it was a good consistency race for you, I think, in terms of just kind of working through the problems, if it was a tight truck or anything like that, and just kind of dealing with it. Mistakes as in hitting the wall, yes. Mistakes as in speeding penalties, spinning out, causing some sort of major issue, non-existent, right? So all in all,
Yeah, it was pretty consistent overall.
yeah. So and Dover's tough. That's why I was trying to.
In the long runs.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain to everybody too. Dover's tough, man. Dover's really tough. So I think just finishing where you did. I think officially 2 laps down at the end of the race there. I definitely don't think that's anything to be disappointed in by any means. These guys are fast. So, but either way, it was super cool. Hopefully you get to relax the rest of the night, not think about taking more left turns. And hopefully you don't have nightmares about the wall.
Yeah.
Next week we'll push him back a little bit for you at Kansas, so you got some more space. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks, Brian. Tonight, you were one of the 2 trucks that got a beautiful repaint where I turned on trading paints halfway through the race and your spec map loaded. So
awesome.
You somehow in the middle of the race got a really cool overcoat that made your truck really shiny. So I'd love to see it, and your pit crew is very fast. So hats off. The other one was Frederick. He went from a white and blue truck to a black and blue truck. So his team's amazing. They did a whole paint coat. It's wild. So love to see that. And then Sean, I know we chatted a little bit already. I'll just pick on you maybe one more time. So the strategy was from the beginning of the race, it looked like you were going to try to take a stop off of the race comparison to everybody else? Was that the plan, or was that not me interpreting it correctly?
I mean, the math in my head just said 60, 60, 60, or 60, 60, 55.
Right.
And the tank was good for like 75-ish laps. And then they stopped 50, 55, and then they did like 70 at the end. So, I mean,
So it wasn't.
with perfect play, I think I could still have done it, but I made my own mistakes. And I don't know, I hit the wall a few times, but
Much like everybody else
yeah.
on the track tonight.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you'll say, hey, you know, came second place, 3/10 behind the leader, you know, it's a good showing. But, like, it's just frustrating when you look at it, you've ran down the leader, you've been leading, you have the pace to win the race. You know, I mean, nothing to take away from Alex, but, like, I felt personally in my head driving that I was the best truck on the track tonight, and it just kind of stings to not be able to finish it out.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
like I
that's-
said, I made my own mistakes, so it's on me. It's not like I did not win due to my own, you know, lack of skill. Yeah, so I mean,
not to do exactly what you said about looking at it like you got second with 3/10 and everything, but perspective, right? Mitch, this is what you'll attain someday with lots of hours, blood, sweat, and tears into your sim racing career, is being frustrated about a second place finish 3/10 off the leader. So that is, ladies and gentlemen, your Six Sigma contrast that I will say. And that is the difference in drivers we have right now. And you've got, I think, Mitch on a really great trajectory to get somewhere like Sean, and you've got Sean on a great trajectory to continue to amaze us all with his awesome driving skills and be so good he is, in fact, disappointed in second place, which is understandable because tonight was the night. I mean, the energy was that 9 truck was going to win and nobody was going to stop him. Didn't work out, just super unfortunate. The takeaway of second place, you know, not career ending by any means, but I think you wanted to really capitalize on the points tonight heading into Kansas, where you said maybe you're not so strong, but I've heard that one before too. Specifically,
yeah. Can you refresh my memory? Well, how many points is it to lead every lap or lead the most laps?
It is 3, buddy.
3. Yeah. All right.
So, and I'm not sure if came back tonight. Let's say.
No, I
Alex
didn't.
led the most.
Alex
Did he?
got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So everyone's
wanted
still to
after.
play for, but
I stole
you
1
know,
point from him. There you go. You're welcome.
Well, it was an additive point, but yeah.
I think I need to finish Kansas with 1, 2, 3, 4 points minimum over. So I need a 35-point race. So I need to lead a lap and finish third to mathematically clinch.
Right on. Will we have Elite back next week, or will we not have Elite back next week? Remember?
I don't know. I do trucks on Sunday. I'm not a part of the.
Yeah.
Well, if they're doing their duels tonight, it stands to reason they do the big race next week, no?
Yeah,
It's
that
possible.
would make sense in my
If
head.
it's at the
but
same
I don't
time or
know.
not, I have no idea. But was just curious either way. But yeah, no, I see 93 for Alex and 81 for yourself. So yeah, it's tough. 36 points tonight though. So
Yeah, that
you know.
4-point swing would have mathematically, you know, locked it up pretty much. So.
Yep, but we don't want to see a lockup before the last week. I mean, come on, right? We want a little drama. So
You
that's
may
what
not. I do.
That's what we're gonna see. That's what we're gonna see. So we will have
Driver versus broadcaster.
Absolutely, no, it's fine. Ball in hand, Sean. It's all ball in hands. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's some roommate stories going for the race. I had a lot of banter to fill tonight. What is notification in the channel? Am I missing something here? What's going on?
Oh, next to Kerry Brooks' channel, there's a little chat box.
Oh yeah.
Message her.
Yeah. Oh, I see that, buddy. Yeah. Totally.
That's like,
1.144. Yep. Yep. Hey, everyone's got their own race for sure. So, but hey, it was a great job for everybody tonight. It was a smaller field, but the action was still there, as per always. Great respectful racing. Yeah, Canadians are taking over my league, and I'm kind of okay with it, eh? Love it. Super fun. No, super awesome. I got some pronunciation lessons from Matthew in chat today, so always love that. YouTube is not. Oh, okay,
I still love it. Everybody gets my name right half the time, and then not right the other half.
yeah, and I'm probably
Sounds about
exactly
right.
that. Yeah. So it looks like I've found my issue. I think it's when I stream Discord. That's when I drop frames on YouTube, according to YouTube, although my KDPS doesn't actually change whatsoever.
So look for if there's like an accelerated GPU thing or something in Discord. Just YouTube it, you'll find it.
Yeah,
and then
no, there's a
you'll
bunch
get
of
your
stuff.
frames back.
Yeah.
There.
But either way, so I won't keep you guys. It's like a bad one all night, but I'm sure you want to go do anything else. So I'll let you go. But again, appreciate you guys coming out tonight. It's a great showing, great racing. On to Kansas for the season finale, and then after Kansas, we'll talk about maybe what next season looks like, and maybe some events we want to put in between there. Jimmy's going to twist my arm about a 500. We'll see what happens. Maybe everybody's sick of Daytona by now, though. Who knows? Questions for later. But you guys have a good one, and we'll catch you all next week in Kansas. Bye now.
Thanks, man.